警告、ご注目ください。この警報は、首都圏に住むすべての人に関係します。韓国軍は韓国軍をさらに北上させて日本本島を北上させた。彼らは今、東京の街に到着しています。皆様も落ち着いて、可能な限り必要な避難経路をたどっていただくようお願いいたします。東京の南西部では激しい戦闘が発生する可能性があると予想してください。これには激しい戦闘が発生した大田区、世田谷区、品川区も含まれる可能性があります。市内のすべての道路と幹線道路は軍の護送船団が通行するため、追って通知があるまで閉鎖された。また、この包囲攻撃中にあなたとあなたの家族が隠れられる安全な場所を確保してください。東京内の韓国軍に対してあらゆる努力が払われるため、日本の陸上自衛隊の全兵士は東京に集中することになる。私たちは韓国が東京を占領しないように全力を尽くすつもりであり、戦闘年齢に達している人には、我が国との戦いと防衛に協力するようお願いします。ご注目いただきありがとうございます。今後ともご注目ください。ピリオド。
경고. 여러분의 관심을 부탁드립니다. 이는 국가 비상방송이므로 귀하에 완전하고 즉각적인 주의가 요구되는 것이 매우 중요합니다. 대한민국의 침략이 임박해지면서 우리는 이 나라에 대한 국가적 위협에 직면해 있습니다. 미국의 서부군과 태평양 통일동맹군, 캐나다군이 부산 시내에 상륙했습니다. 침공에 참여한 군인은 50만 명에 달하며 더 많은 군인이 배치된 것으로 알려졌습니다. 이 위험하고 중대한 시기에 대한민국 내 모든 주민들은 다음 사항을 준수하시기 바랍니다. 가능한 한 동부 해안선에서 멀리 떨어져 있어야 합니다. 부산, 울산, 창원, 포항, 거제 등 도시에서는 군수송과 항공, 차량이나 도보 등 개인 수단을 이용해 시민들이 대피하고 있어 긴급 대피가 이루어지고 있다. 우리 군인이든 외국 군인이든 마주치는 모든 군인을 멀리하십시오. 또한 인구가 밀집된 도시 지역은 한국 정부의 공습 및 폭격의 주요 표적이 될 수 있으므로 멀리 떨어져 계십시오. 북한 공격으로 인한 핵방사능이 남한 지역에도 확산된 것으로 알려졌다. 이로 인해 많은 분들이 몸 상태가 좋지 않은 것으로 알려졌습니다. 메스꺼움과 구토, 발열, 허약, 설사, 복통, 피부 자극 및 심한 기침 등의 증상이 나타나면 핵방사선에 노출되었을 수 있습니다. 이번 갑작스럽고 선포되지 않은 한반도 침공 이후 인천, 대전, 전주, 광주, 목포, 서울 등 한반도 서부 도시들은 당분간 안전한 공간이 될 것입니다. 부상을 입었거나 강렬한 핵방사선에 노출되었을 수 있는 피해자를 돌보고 지원하기 위한 노력이 이루어질 것입니다. 중화인민공화국 군대는 이러한 침략자들에 맞서 우리를 방어하는 데 도움을 줄 것입니다. 13,000명이 넘는 군대가 서해 건너편에서 우리와 합류하여 조국을 수호하는 용감하고 용기 있는 우리의 대원들을 도울 것입니다. 우리는 부산과 강릉의 해변으로 그리고 바다로 나가서 우리의 서양 침략자들과 싸울 것입니다. 우리는 이석과 제국주의 돼지들이 우리의 사기를 꺾기 위해 취한 조치에 대해 자신들의 피로 대가를 치르고 고통받게 만들 것입니다. 영광스러운 조국과 조선 만세. 우리는 중국 동지들과 함께 승리를 거두리라.
Good afternoon, General. What is the update?
Sir, our forces alongside American allied forces have made an excellent breakthrough within the east coast of South Korea. Since the American troops and our troops have made landings in Busan, we've managed to cover land as far north as Daejeon and Donghae in South Korea. Thai and Vietnamese forces have also taken the city of Daegu, as well as Indonesian forces taking the city of Ulsan. Filipino forces have also taken the city of Gangneung with only 1,258 fatalities amidst the heavy Korean resistance.
How heavy is the resistance?
In the city of Ulsan alone, Indonesian forces have reported that there were more than 12,300 Korean soldiers defending the city, despite the overall Korean manpower, as of this time to be around 72,000, including those fighting in Japan.
There is no chance they'll last the next few weeks with what little of their overall manpower they have got left. 165,000 US soldiers alone landed at Busan, along with 320,000 of our own PUA soldiers as well.
We found some reports that show only 50,000 Korean soldiers left to defend the peninsula alone. At this rate, we should have all of South Korea liberated as soon as the end of next week at this rate. However, forces from China are intervening as well. They may assist in heavy resistance.
That's okay. They won't last long before they'll have to engage in a much larger conflict besides Kazakhstan.
What do you mean?
We are going to plan an invasion of mainland China. More than 1.3 million forces are on standby. We will commence the operation in a month's time. This is highly confidential, and you have clearance to be informed of this operation.
I see.
Good luck to you and your forces, sir. I'll be seeing you shortly again.
조선민주주의인민공화국에서 발표한 긴급방송입니다. 이것은 최근 우리 땅에서 발생한 사건에 관한 업데이트입니다. 당황하지 마시고 침착하게 지내시기 바랍니다. 미국의 제국주의 세력과 태평양 통일동맹의 국가들은 우리 부대를 북한과 남한의 옛 국경까지 밀어냈습니다. 옛 남한 영토 내의 모든 도시는 사라졌습니다. 뿐만 아니라 일본의 민족 해방을 위한 전개도 저항이 심하여 좌절을 겪었습니다. 현재 이 방송을 듣고 있는 모든 시민 여러분, 최대한 북쪽으로 가십시오. 미군과 PAU 군대가 당신을 찾으면 죽일 것이기 때문에 남쪽에서 멀리 떨어져 계십시오. 또한 평양 지역에는 핵방사능이 있으므로 멀리 떨어져 계십시오. 현재 15세에서 55세 사이라면 가장 가까운 한국군 대대를 찾아 그곳에서 모집하는 것이 필수입니다. 미국 돼지들을 우리의 영광스러운 조국에서 몰아내기 위해서는 우리가 받을 수 있는 모든 도움을 받아야 합니다. 북한의 동해안에는 최대 규모의 방어군이 구축되고 있습니다. 이는 일본군이 일본에 있는 우리의 용감한 병사들을 제압하고 침략에 가담할 가능성이 희박한 경우에 동쪽에서 우리 자신을 방어하기 위한 수단으로 설립되었습니다. 뿐만 아니라 중국군은 3만여 명의 중국군이 북쪽 남쪽 국경을 넘어 한반도를 방어하는 우리의 용감한 군대를 지원하고 있습니다. 자세한 내용은 계속 지켜봐 주시기 바랍니다. 우리는 전투에서 승리할 것입니다.
이것은 테스트가 아닙니다. 해방된 대한민국 국민 모두를 위한 긴급방송입니다. 이 나라는 미국과 태평양 연합군에 의해 해방되었으므로 이 방송은 영어와 한국어로 방송됩니다. 불과 5분 전 북한 상공의 위성과 북한 연합군의 보고에 따르면 20개 이상의 핵 ICBM으로 구성된 대규모 핵 발사가 감지되었습니다. 이들 대륙간 탄도미사일이 북한 내 어느 곳에서 구체적으로 발사됐는지는 불분명하지만 모든 핵미사일이 남한을 겨냥한 것으로 확인됐다. 다음과 같은 대상 영역이 확인되었습니다. 귀하의 거주 도시가 언급된 경우 즉시 진행 지침을 따르십시오. 확인된 지역은 서울, 부산, 대전, 울산, 고양시, 창원시, 성남시, 포항시, 안양시, 청주시, 천안시, 김해시, 경주시, 화성시 등이다. 시, 구미시, 목포시, 순천시, 귀하의 도시가 언급된 경우 침착함을 유지하고 당황하지 마십시오. 대피는 너무 늦었기 때문에 시작되지 않습니다. 미사일은 14분 이내에 최북단 지역을 먼저 공격할 예정입니다. 지금 하던 일을 멈추고 가장 가까운 벙커를 찾으세요. 배터리로 작동되는 라디오, 음식, 물, 방독면, 손전 등과 같은 필수품을 가져오세요. 일주일 동안 버틸 수 있는 충분한 음식과 물을 가져오세요. 또한 귀하 또는 귀하가 아는 사람이 대피 과정에서 부상을 입거나 다친 경우에는 구급 상자를 가져오십시오. 애완동물에게 접근할 시간이 충분하지 않은 한 애완동물을 데리고 오는 것을 삼가하십시오. 벙커가 없는 지역이나 실외에 있는 경우에는 도랑이나 견고한 구조물 아래에 침착하게 눕습니다. 차량이나 이동수단을 이용하고 있는 경우 즉시 차량 이동을 중지하고 더 이상 갈 곳이 없으면 차량 아래에 누우십시오. 각 핵 ICBM에는 고도로 발전된 더러운 폭탄이 장착되어 있습니다. 이는 ICBM의 핵방사능이 일반 ICBM의 핵방사능보다 3배 더 강력하다는 것을 의미합니다. 당신이 밖에 있고 방사선에 노출되면 방사선은 당신을 더 빨리 죽일 것입니다. 또한 5분 이상 방사선에 노출되면 회복 불가능한 신체 손상을 일으킬 수도 있습니다. 방독면이나 얼굴 주위에 어떤 형태의 강력한 덮개가 없으면 이것으로부터 안전하지 않습니다. 또한 현재 이 도시를 향해 운전을 하고 있다면 이들 도시에서 멀리 떨어져 있는 것이 좋습니다. 그곳에서 공수될 수 있는 지역 마을로 이동하세요. 한국은 일시적으로 거주할 수 없는 국가이므로 해상 핵공격 이후 대피가 시작되며 선박을 통해 인도네시아, 필리핀 등 태평양 연합 동맹에 속하지 않는 국가로 이동하게 됩니다. 그리고 말레이시아. 방사선이 얼마나 오랫동안 지속될지는 현재로서는 알 수 없습니다. 하지만 방사능 수치가 높아 핵 공격 발생 후 2일 이내에 피해 지역에 대한 구조 활동이 시작될 예정이다. 공격이 발생한 후 곧 추가 정보를 공개하겠습니다. 이제 대한민국 정부는 모든 국민의 행운을 기원합니다. 우리는 살아남을 것이고 대한민국은 다시 잿더미 속에서 일어서게 될 것입니다. 하나님께서 여러분 모두와 함께 하시기를 바랍니다.
Right now, we've just got word that an attack has occurred in South Korea from North Korea. This attack has come following the recent victory from United States and Pacific Unity Alliance forces in liberating nation of South Korea. We have got reports that more than 20 nuclear missiles may have been launched and all of which have struck their designated targets. We are receiving reports that there may be more than 15.8 million fatalities from the nuclear blasts along with 94,000 of our own forces. Each nuclear ICBM was loaded with a dirty bomb which according to reports makes nuclear radiation and fallout 3 times more lethal than on a regular nuclear ICBM. It has also been shown that the nation of South Korea may be uninhabitable for the next 50 years to come. As a result, the South Korean government have begun evacuating residents by sea from South Korea to countries unaffected by the war or severe nuclear fallout such as Indonesia, the Philippines, and Malaysia. As of right now, efforts are being made in order to find survivors from affected cities within South Korea.
Hello, this is BBC News. Good afternoon. The Democratic People's Republic of Korea has made an official statement today, announcing that they are surrendering their leadership and the Kim dynasty. This announcement has come following weeks of prolonged battle and suffering throughout the peninsula. As well as that, it has also been reported that prisoners of war within areas of North Korea were executed shortly before the broadcast was made. Allied forces including the United States government and the Pacific Unity Alliance have made the decision to unify the peninsula under one nation instead of recognizing the independence of each country. While have been reasons of controversy behind this decision, a representative of the Pacific Unity Alliance declared that the decision was made in order to stabilize the political environment of the peninsula and not to divide it furthermore. It has also been reported that overall, 37 million people have perished in the liberation of Korea, both from soldiers and civilians. The remaining Korean forces within Japan have also retreated, leaving behind a trail of ruins and destruction in their wake along with decimated cities in southern Japan. United States and Pacific Unity Alliance forces will now take the fight to China, as already, forces have been seen crossing the northernmost border between Korea and China.
这是中国共产党发出的紧急警报，针对中国东北地区所有居民的立即疏散建议已生效。美国和太平洋联盟的敌对势力以帝国主义的行径残酷地蹂躏了朝鲜半岛，威胁着中华民国的安全和生存。除此之外，哈萨克斯坦和土库曼斯坦等扩张主义和专制国家的军队还入侵了青海、新疆、西藏、四川、甘肃和云南等省份。如果您碰巧有认识的人住在这些地区，请不要干预或试图营救他们。人民解放军将不遗余力地介入和瓦解一切进攻我国的帝国主义和敌对势力。除此之外，辽宁、吉林、黑龙江等中国东北地区也已落入美国和 PUR 的控制之下。由于冲突的急剧发展，东北部以下省份将处于强制疏散状态。内蒙古、河北、北京、天津、山西、山东。至于西部省份，宁夏、陕西、重庆、贵州、广西也将进入强制疏散状态。届时，所有人口超过1万的城市将进入戒严状态。这些城市将出现军事占领，因为他们将受到严密的防守。至于受影响地区的所有撤离人员和居民，我们鼓励他们搬到福建和浙江省，因为当地将建立避难所并提供支持。此外，全国范围内的征兵范围现在将扩大到所有15岁以上，最高80岁的人。你被迫为你的国家而战。拒绝参加解放被占领省份的行为，即使不处决，也会受到严厉的惩罚。所有航空旅行和火车都被完全限制为仅用于军事用途。机场将仅供空军使用，铁路线将仅供军事运输使用。任何民用客机都可能面临被击落的风险，无论是哪支军队击落的。此外，东南沿海各地区都将部署最大程度的火炮严阵以待，并有后备人员待命。这是为了防止南部发生沿海袭击而制定的。我们将尽最大努力争取胜利。中国共产党万岁！
cable broadcasting systems and television stations within member nations of the Pacific Unity Alliance have been interrupted in order to broadcast an important message at 12:37 p.m. Indochina time. This broadcast will be aired in several different languages corresponding to the country in which it is broadcasted in. You are currently listening to the English version of this broadcast. More than 1 million reserve personnel of the Pacific Unity Alliance have made landings within the southern and eastern coastlines of mainland China. This includes landings taking place in the cities of Hong Kong, Guangzhou, Wenzhou, and Guangzhou. As of this time, the cities of Hong Kong, Shenzhen, and Guangzhou have all been annexed by forces from the Pacific Unity Alliance. Additionally, forces from Taiwan have made landings within the province of Fujian. Pacific Unity Alliance forces will meet with Taiwanese forces shortly as liberations have developed further northeast. Over the course of the past 17 hours, it has been reported that there have been at least 52,000 forces have lost their lives so far, including 7,800 Filipino forces, 12,200 Thai forces, 10,900 Vietnamese forces, 6,500 Indonesian forces, and 15,500 Taiwanese forces. Furthermore, 34,800 forces from China have lost their lives as well. In the event that China does retaliate with a nuclear attack likewise as to the North Korean nuclear assault on Japan and the Russian nuclear attack on Europe, strict precautionary measures will be taken in order to defend the homeland of member nations of the Pacific Unity Alliance. Counter ICBM turrets have been established within each member state with more than 60 in each nation. As well as that, bunkers and large shelters have been created which can house both people and sustainable plant life for the next 50 years to come. If an individual would like to gain membership into these bunkers early, a website will be launched in which you can pay $500 each in accordance with the currency of your member state. As a result of recent evacuations in allied countries, refugee camps as well as cruise ship shelters in major port cities will be established. This has been done in order to protect the surviving human population from nuclear fallout and the inevitable nuclear winter in which will soon to come. These areas will be heavily protected and guarded in order to secure the survivability and protection of affected people. As well as that, key government officials as well as politicians from affected nations may also be seeking refuge within member states. As well as that, a new state of order as well as a new state of government will be established in China once it has been liberated by Allied forces. This will be done in order to ensure that the government does not go rogue again and begin causing global chaos and disruption. Residents of liberated areas within China will be treated as refugees and be given exceptional amounts of food, healthcare, and resources. Attempts made to restore order and democracy in China once liberated should be made with a mock government being established. Demilitarization along with disarmament measures will be enacted. Further updates will be provided within the following days to come. Please stay tuned to critical information and follow instructions provided by governments of member states. Thank you for listening to this broadcast.
This is a presidential emergency alert issued by the United States government along with the Federal Emergency Management Agency. This is not a test. This emergency broadcast has been issued at 10:38 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on the 29th of June 2023. We have critical information for residents on the West Coast. A nuclear first strike has been reported. Please stand by for immediate instructions. A nuclear first strike from the People's Republic of China has occurred. More than 38 nuclear ICBMs alongside a hypersonic nuclear missile have been launched from eastern areas of China, which have been detected by satellite agencies as well as ground forces. The following states have been targeted by the nuclear first strike: California, Arizona, Nevada, Idaho, Oregon, Washington, Utah, Montana, New Mexico, Wyoming. If you live within a populated urban area within any of these states, seek shelter immediately or move as far away from populated areas as you possibly can. The nuclear ICBMs will strike in approximately 1 hour from now, with the exception of the hypersonic nuclear missile, which will impact the city of Los Angeles in currently 30 minutes from now. While the amount of energy released from the hypersonic nuclear missile is unknown, it is expected that based on the height the hypersonic missile is at and the speed it will impact Los Angeles at, a catastrophic amount of energy will level every building within 40 miles of the impact radius. You will not have time to evacuate Los Angeles if you are within 20 miles of the impact radius. Your best chance at survival will be to seek shelter underground as deep as possible. Railway and metro lines will be shut down as a presidential order. In this regard, residents of Los Angeles will be able to seek shelter in public metro and underground lines. As well as that, all private properties which contain a form of a bunker or an underground shelter are required to allow people in. State-provided public bunkers will be accessible. However, there will not be enough space for everyone. Make sure when evacuating to take essential items with you. The radiation from the explosion may extend as far east as Iowa and Missouri as well as far north as British Columbia in Canada. Once the nuclear missiles have struck, do not exit your area of shelter until a secondary broadcast is aired, informing you that the attack is over and it is safe to exit the bunker. Take as much food and water with you as you can in the event that you are unable to exit the bunker. The People's Republic of China will pay dearly for this mass attack. A retaliatory nuclear first strike will be launched upon the nation, decimating all resistance that is left of the People's Republic of China. Stay calm. Stay tuned and may God bless America.
This is CNN News reporting from our station in Nebraska. We are unable to express words as to what has just occurred. It is with a heavy heart to announce that the United States has just been attacked once again by another superpower. The People's Republic of China launched a nuclear first strike upon the west coast of the United States, decimating the cities of Los Angeles, San Diego, San Francisco, Sacramento, Las Vegas, and Phoenix. Of the 38 nuclear ICBMs launched, 8 of them were shot down by the anti-air defense missiles. However, a devastating hypersonic nuclear missile was among those that was missed by the air defense systems. The hypersonic nuclear missile has struck the city of Los Angeles, sending a shockwave that could be felt as far away as Portland. The city of Los Angeles, among many other cities, has been reduced to a wasteland of rubble and debris with only few buildings standing. We have been told that an estimated 13 million people have been killed within the attacks alongside various key government officials and even our own reporters within the affected areas. We don't know what the outcome of this may be. However, analysts show that the longer this war progresses, the slimmer the chances of humanity's survival will become. On a personal note, my name is Dave, and my wife and 2 boys who were in Phoenix at the time have most likely been killed in the nuclear attack. For the sakes of them and everyone else who has died in this attack, we only pray that this war comes to an end.
警告！警告！这是紧急警报！中华人民共和国正在遭受核攻击。为了您的安全，请确保遵循以下说明。美国已发射了70枚洲际弹道导弹以及2枚更大的未知核导弹。这些导弹已被卫星和通信中心检测到。据信，这些核导弹瞄准了以下省份：浙江、江苏、上海、山东、安徽、河南、江西、湖北、河北、山西、北京、内蒙古和陕西。尽管中国政府知道其中一些地区已被破和美军入侵，但居民仍然迫切需要了解指定目标的位置。上海、北京等大城市已成为美国的攻击目标。如果您在这些城市或省份，请对您和您的家人采取谨慎和保护措施。配给不易腐烂的食品、瓶装水、防毒面具、手电筒、电池供电的收音机、急救箱和照明弹。立即找到地下避难所或核掩体，并在那里寻求庇护。这是你唯一的生存机会。核导弹将于约52分钟后登陆，首批导弹将击中江苏、上海和浙江省。您可能没有足够的时间撤离。至于目前正在与破和美国敌军交战的我方部队，请立即停止一切战斗，并立即寻求庇护。核攻击可能会杀死你和敌人。在这次核攻击之后，我们预计会有大量敌军被杀，因为美国正在轰炸自己的部队以及破部队。一旦袭击结束，你们将再次战斗，并尽全力抵抗美国和太平洋统一联盟的帝国主义势力。至于所有其他平民，在政府官员向您发出可以安全离开的适当指示之前，请勿离开您的庇护区域。保重并保持坚强。
This is BBC News at 6. Good evening. Word has just come in that the People's Republic of China has issued a state of surrender today following a nuclear attack from the United States and huge developments in the liberation of China. The president of China's whereabouts is currently unknown. However, a representative issued a statement today, declaring that China's role in this catastrophic global war has been shown. The statement also describes how the motivation for Chinese forces to continue defending their homeland only resulted in further casualties and destruction, hence being a significant cause for surrender. The nuclear attack, which occurred a few days ago in China, has resulted in the deaths of more than 48 million civilians as well as 600,000 American and Pacific Unity Alliance forces. Because of this, widespread international backlash has occurred against the United States government. Many claim that the United States used an excessive force of nuclear missiles against China and that as a result, it led to widespread deaths and mass casualties from forces. As well as that, nuclear radiation has spread following both nuclear first strikes from both China and the United States. It has been estimated that this radiation will cause the deaths of a further 30 million people in both countries. Following the surrender of China, many believe that the war will soon be over with countries such as Cuba and Pakistan still at large. In the meantime, we can only hope the same shall not happen in either country.
This is NBC News coming in with a special report. The United States government have announced today that the war is over. With the fall of China alongside the pressured surrender of both Cuba and Pakistan, the catastrophic global war which has lasted for almost a year has concluded. Scientists state that while the war has concluded, the damage is far from over. The global economy has collapsed with no financial hope in sight. As well as that, many cities which have been icons of humanity's progress for centuries are now reduced to rubble. This includes most cities in Europe, the United States of America, Russia, South America, China, Japan, and parts of the Oceania. In terms of global statistics, it has been confirmed that more than 5.8 billion people have been killed in this war, both in civilian and military casualties. It has been the most devastating global war in all of human history. The President has made a statement, stating that a speech will be issued on the 4th of July, declaring an absolute conclusion to the global nuclear war.
This is a presidential broadcast from the President of the United States of America. Please stand by for further information. Imminent broadcast expected shortly.
Hello Americans. Today is a day of national patriotism, hopefulness, and most of all, widespread solemn as we come together to reckon with the aftermath of a year-long global nuclear war. The toll has been immense, with 5 billion lives lost, families shattered, and nations brought to their knees. The weight of this tragedy rests heavily on our hearts, and the magnitude of the suffering is immeasurable. The countless battles and sacrifices have had a profound impact not only in this nation but internationally as well. We recognize the need for profound change. It is time to dismantle the structures that led us down this destructive path, to root out the seeds of aggression that fueled our imperialistic pursuits. We commit to a thorough and transparent process of accountability within our own borders, acknowledging the role of leadership in shaping the course of our nation. As your president, I feel the pain that echoes through every community, the sorrow that resonates in every home. We mourn not just for our own, but for every soul extinguished in the merciless grip of conflict. The enormity of this loss is beyond measure, and we stand united in our shared grief. However, as much as the casualties and the bloodshed stagger following this war, we also recognize the alliances which have been formed and the need for importance of international unity. Alliances such as the Pacific Unity Alliance and the Kazakh-Turkmen-Uzbek Alliance are notable and significant examples of unity and peacekeeping within normally unstable regions. Countries, which were once enemies, have now allianced. Israel and Iran, Argentina and Brazil, and Korea and Japan are examples of this. To our allies and friends around the world, we extend a hand of solidarity. In the face of shared loss, let us reaffirm our commitment to one another, vowing to forge a future founded on cooperation, understanding, and the pursuit of lasting peace. My fellow Americans, in this moment of profound sorrow, let us draw strength from one another. Let us be guided by the principles that define us as a nation, resilience, compassion, and the unwavering belief that, even in our darkest hours, we can emerge into the light. May God bless us all, and may the memory of those we have lost inspire us to build a world worthy of their sacrifice. Thank you, and may we find solace in the promise of a brighter tomorrow.